because I don't want to embarrass myself in front of everyone on the internet after selecting 15 books and reading only 5.
Why construction happens only when I am recording a video?
Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel Trishita Reads. I am shocked and happy at the same time because I just crossed 100 views in 2 of my videos, and I know that it is not a lot. I mean, it is nothing to be honest, but it means so much to me. I never thought that people will watch my videos, and I am very thankful to each and everyone who is taking some time out and watching my videos. Trust me, it means a lot to me. Coming to today's video, I have decided to do something that will really challenge me this time. This challenge is really challenging for me. I will be reading 200 pages every day for an entire week. My comfort zone when it comes to the number of pages I read per day varies from 50 to 100. And my main motto of doing this challenge is I have a lot of books in my TBR and I want to finish all my books in my TBR before July ends. And that's why I thought of doing this challenge. Here are the 4 books that I am planning to read this week, and all these books are of different genres. This is a fantasy. This this is a gay romance. This book is a horror thriller, but this book is huge, and I am afraid whether I will be able to finish this book or not because the font size of this book is also very small. Look at how small the font size is.
Oh my god, I am going to be so ruined after finishing this video.
The last book that I am planning to read in this challenge is a normal romance story. I will be talking about all of these books when I will start them individually in this whole challenge. Today is Friday, 5th of July. I am done with my work. My weekend has officially started, and now I will go take a shower, have some lunch, and then hopefully, if I don't fall asleep, I will start reading. I guess I'll read 100 pages in the afternoon and then 100 pages in the evening. Let's see how it goes. Trust me, guys, I am so excited to read the books that I have selected for this week. I mean, the reads are very diverse, and I hope that you also enjoy watching this video. I am finally starting this challenge. I have showered, I've had my lunch, and currently the time is 2:11, and I will be starting with the book The Witch's Boy. I did calculate the number of pages of this book, so if I finish 200 pages, I will be almost halfway through this book. The book is almost 400 pages. It is, I guess, around 370 something, which is doable definitely because the font size is big, plus it's a young adult fantasy, so it won't be that difficult to navigate through. My goal will be to finish as many pages as I can before I go to sleep. Oh, no more blabbering, and let's start reading. Currently 6:23 and I have finished 50 pages of The Witch's Boy. I will take a break, I'll go out for some time, then I'll come back and I'll start reading again. Hi guys, it is currently 7:39 and I have returned home. Hello. It is currently 10:08 I have already finished 100 pages and I have only 100 pages left. I still have 2 hours left for this day to be officially over. I think I will be able to read another 100 pages in the next 2 hours. Now, coming to the book that I am finally reading, obviously, since this book is a young adult fantasy, the writing is very easy to understand. The fantasy world is pretty simple to dive into. The story of this book starts with a tragedy where the twin brothers Tam and Ned find an abandoned boat near the sea and they plan to go on a voyage in the sea, which is obviously a very foolish idea. And instantly, when they try to ride the boat disintegrates and the twins start drowning. A huge crowd gathers near the seashore, and their father gets to know that his 2 boys are drowning. So he rushes towards the shore and tries to help them, but one of the brothers has gone way too far and he can only save one child. The whole crowd is chanting this: please don't save the wrong one. Please don't save the wrong one. The wrong one is saved, and Tam, the guy who is labeled to be the good one, drowns in the sea. Ned from childhood has been bullied, being ridiculed of, and everybody looks at him with disgust. His mother is a witch and she is called Sister Witch in this book. Is the only person in this world who has some magic left and stored safely in her house. She kinda can tame the magic, and using that power she helps people from time to time. One day there is a celebration in the whole village because the queen for the first time is coming for a march, and everybody is super excited to finally see who the queen is. But when the procession is going on, the carriage where the queen is suddenly comes to an halt, and her main maid comes out stating that the queen's health has worsened a lot suddenly. Sister Witch comes forward to help and she is successful in saving the queen's life. That's how Sister Witch kind of gets recognition in the higher kingdom, and after a few days she gets called out by the queen so that she can be given some gift or present, I guess, by the queen, because by the end of the day the queen is alive because of her. So Sister Witch follows the queen's orders and she decides to attend the ceremony, but she also gives Ned a responsibility. The magic, which is the main source of Sister Witch's powers, is stored in a container in a cellar which can only be touched by Sister Witch. Coming to the other part of the story, this plot revolves around Annie, who is the Bandit King's daughter. The Bandit King is greedy and lusty for power, money, and fame. The Bandit King thinks that Sister Witch is unworthy, and he is the one who is the right person to have possession of such amount of power. So he and his clan goes on a journey to steal the magic from Sister Witch's house, and this is where the two stories interconnect. I am only 50 pages left in the book. Currently, I am at page 150. It is almost 11:30, so I have half an hour left to finish 50 pages. I don't know whether I'll be able to do it, but let's see. It is 12 a.m. and officially start of a new day. I have finished 200 pages just on time, and I will sign off for today. I'll go to sleep and we'll start the challenge tomorrow morning. See you guys tomorrow. Good morning. morning, guys. It is the second day, and I have read 50 pages in the morning. I still have 150 pages left, but I have to rush now. I am going to a book club meet, so I will get ready. I'll go there, I'll come back, and then hopefully I will be able to read 150 pages. I don't go out much, hence my energy levels drop down drastically when I go out. And yeah, that's the update for now. I'll update you guys in the evening when I start reading again. Hi, I am finally home and the time is almost 8 p.m. I am very exhausted. I had a lot of fun in the book club. I got to meet a lot of new people. I got to meet a lot of my old friends also. So yeah, it was a nice experience and I don't know how much I will be able to read. I guess I will make a strong cup of tea for myself now, get freshened up, and then I guess start reading or take some time off because my head is hurting a lot, my eyes are hurting a lot. So that's the update for now. I only have read 50 pages, I still have 150 left. It is currently 10:24 and I have finished my dinner. I have also read around 50 pages. I am currently at page 314 and only this much amount is left. If I finish this book, I will be almost completing my goal for today. Only around 30 pages will be left, but I have full confidence in myself that I won't be picking up any new book today because my mind simply cannot comprehend another story for now. But I will make up tomorrow. I will read 230 pages tomorrow. It's a little bit of cheating, but it is what it is. Hi guys, today is the day 3 of the challenge. It is Sunday and I have started a new book, Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda. I am almost 42 pages into the story, and if I finish 230 pages, then I will be this far into the story and I only have this much left. So I guess I will be finishing most of the book by today, but I am very tired today. I don't know why, but I feel like sleeping the whole day. I finished reading The Witch's Boy yesterday just before midnight. Since this book was a children's fiction, there were a lot of things that a reader can learn from the story, and there came a point in the book where I cried at the end. I cannot share this because it will be a spoiler, but when a book makes you cry, you know that the book is really good. I am so happy that I picked this book up for this challenge and my TBR because this book gave me an amazing experience. I simply could not put this book down. I am giving this book 4 stars. Plus, the most exceptional thing that I liked in this story was the friendship between Nat and Annie. There was no romance, which was really nice to read about. It is 9:55. I am 120 pages into this book, and I guess now I can talk about what the story is. So the story of this book is about a kid, Simon, who goes to school, has a loving family with siblings and amazing set of parents. He has a good group of friends as well, but nobody knows that Simon is homosexual. Even though his group is pretty chill, his family is pretty cool, but Simon is afraid to come out to them. In Simon's school, they have a Facebook group of anonymous confessions where people end up writing about their life, incidents, poems. From there, Blue contacts him via email, and Simon obviously is using another name as well as Blue. So basically, Simon doesn't know who Blue is, and Blue doesn't know who Simon is. Both of them keep communicating via emails. There are alternate chapters dedicated to the emails that Simon and Blue share, which is pretty nice to read about. One day in school, Simon forgets to log out from his email account, and another student who is also his classmate gets to see the emails between Simon and Blue, and he kind of starts blackmailing Simon so that Simon can be the cupid between him and Abby, who is a good friend of Simon. But Simon is very irritated in this situation as he doesn't want Blue to be affected by this, because if the secret comes out in school, he knows that Blue will stop communicating with him. That's all what the story is about. The chapters are short and crisp. The humor that the author has used in the book is absolutely amazing. There are a variety of characters in this book, but my favorite has to be Simon's family, especially his siblings. And I absolutely love how Simon's parents react all the time when Simon does something for the first time. One thing I have realized during this challenge is I am more of a night reader than a day reader. I always finish my target before midnight. It is finally time to start the book that I am most scared about, and the book is The Ghost Tree. Let's begin. I am slowly regretting choosing this book because in the afternoon I read till page 25. I am currently at page 26. But since the font style of this book is very small, reading 200 pages will be very, very, very difficult, and the story is still not gripping to me because it is just the beginning. I have a lot of pages left to finish this book. It's midnight and I am finally done with the 150 pages of this book, and I am not feeling this book. I mean, this book is not bad at all, but I feel like I am not in the current mindset to read this book, but I'll try to still push forward and see where the story goes because the premise of this book is really, really interesting. So, this story is about Ruth, whose father dies and leaves his house to her. She is an only child, but when she goes to the house, she sees that there is already a man living there. He claims to be the son of her father, but Ruth doesn't know anything about this. I mean, about her father's affairs. So she goes and contacts her solicitor, and they get to know that this guy is a fraud. The will that this guy has shown to Ruth and her solicitor is false. So now Ruth's main concern shifts back to her family. Her mother's lineage is something that Ruth has always been interested in, and Ruth goes on a journey where she is searching for artifacts, things, letters, or books that can indicate anything about her mother's lineage. And there she finds that not only her mother but her mother's ancestors had a particular power. They could see the dead, they could summon souls, they could communicate with these souls. And Ruth is also having a feeling that one of the ancestors is present in the house. First thing that I did like in this book was the chapters are short, which is very helpful, keeping in mind the font size of the book. Second thing, there are two alternate timelines and basically two POVs that are working in this book. One is of Thomas and the other is of Ruth, that is the past and the present. So I think that since I read some very easy books in the beginning of this challenge, I am finding this book to be a little bit difficult, but I think I can do this. I think that I will be able to finish this book by the end of the challenge. But my main motto for now is to enjoy reading this book. Hello, welcome to the day 4 of the reading challenge. It is currently almost 1 p.m. and I am done with my work. I have read around 50 pages in the morning. As you can see, I have oiled my hair. I will go take a shower, have lunch, and then I will start reading again. I have only 150 pages left. One thing that I am liking in this book is it is becoming easier with time for me to continue with the story, which is a good sign. See you after I finish my reading goal for today. It is almost midnight and I am finally done with my 200 pages. I am not liking this book much. I mean, don't get me wrong, the plot and everything is really good, the characters and everything are good, but it has stretched so much. I just want the book to be over. I have already read 350 pages of the same story and it is dragging and dragging and dragging. I am hopeful of finishing this book tomorrow. One good outcome that has come from this challenge is finishing this book. Otherwise, I guess I wouldn't have picked this book up, or if I would have, then definitely I would have DNF'd it. I am very tired now, so I'll go to sleep and see you guys tomorrow. Welcome to the day 5 of this reading challenge, and in the morning I have finished 50 pages of this book. I am currently at page 400 and I want a break from this story. If I continue with this story, then I am definitely going to be in a reading slump. So I have decided that I will start with A Touch of Eternity by Durja Datta. I don't have high expectations from this book. This book definitely will be an easy read, and I guess I will finish 150 pages or more of this book. Tomorrow is the last date of the challenge, and my end target will be finishing both of these books by tomorrow. I don't know, maybe I will regret this. The first sentence of this story did intrigue me. It's arrogance that sets storytellers apart from pretenders who waste their time writing hackneyed quotes in flowery diaries and on Instagram pages. Let's see and hope that I will finish a significant part of this story today so that I don't have much of a pressure tomorrow. Hi guys, it is 11:31 and I have almost finished 200 pages of A Touch of Eternity. I am currently at page 191 and I read 50 pages in the morning, so I have exceeded myself. I have read more than 200 pages today, which is an amazing reading day. It was an amazing idea to pick this book up. I am liking this book. Generally, the books that come to mind when it comes to Durjoy Dutto, it is romance, but this book is definitely different from the other books that I have read by him. This book is more of a science fiction mixed with some romance, so I am loving the science part in this book. Yes, it is far fetched if you think about it, but that's what fiction is all about. The total number of pages of this book is 278, and I think that I will definitely be finishing this book by either today or tomorrow. This book definitely came as a surprise, so let me tell you the story about this book. The two main characters of this book are Dhruvan and Anvesha. Their parents are neighbors, and their respective fathers have been best friends for the longest time, and by God's grace, these two kids are born in the same hospital adjacent to each other at the same time, having the same weight, and since the beginning, these two characters find solace in each other. When Dhruvan's father saw that both Anvesha and Dhruvan found peace in each other, and there were literally incidents where if the two children were kept together, they stopped crying, their father labeled them as soulmates. But as you know, in Indian households, these relationship kind of things don't work in that of a smooth way. And when it comes to cultural differences, that is, Dhruvan belongs from a Bengali family and Anvesha belongs from a Punjabi family. The lifestyle of both the families, even though being very close to each other, are quite different. So when it came to their parents accepting the fact that Dhruvan and Anvesha were actually soulmates, their parents were not supportive at all. When they were kids, their parents did support the friendship. One day where Dhruvan and Anvesha were caught kissing, I guess it was in their class 9th or 10th, their parents started screaming, they freaked out, they bashed each other's families, and that's how their families grew apart. Dhruvan and Anvesha were not allowed to communicate with each other, but obviously we Indian kids somehow know the loopholes of our parents' rules, so they kept on communicating, they kept on talking to each other because deep down they knew the connection they had. Both of their lives kept on going. Dhruvan became a nerd and Anvesha became a famous YouTuber. But unfortunately, after their class 10th examination, they started falling ill quite often. And when diagnosed, they saw that both Anvesha and Dhruvan have cancer, and they have the same type of cancer, which is pretty rare. And that's how, because of grief, their family was reunited. Their parents finally have accepted their relationship, but they have a lot less time left in life. However, there is one possibility. There is a multi-million organization like the Ambanis in real life, and they have somehow discovered that reincarnation can be possible. Now it is up to Dhruvan and Anvesha whether they will take part in the experiment and reincarnate their souls. What will be the outcome of this? Will they actually be reincarnated, or this is just a scam? That's my update for today. I will continue reading this book and see you guys tomorrow in the morning, where I will update you the number of pages I have read in this book. It might happen that I will finish this book today only, so I am hopeful. Hi guys, it is the final day of the challenge and currently the time is 5:30 p.m. I could not update in the morning because construction is happening at my place, and I guess you can hear from the background also it is still happening. So I am currently at page 489. I have finished almost 100 pages, which is a good sign, and I will be finishing this book by end of today. Now I just want this book to be over so bad. I mean, the story is dragging and dragging and dragging. There are numerous incidents happening and happening, and the story is stretching so much that I am not liking this book at all for now. My rating is gradually dropping. and I don't know how much I will end up giving this book after it ends. But I am making this a motto for today that I will be finishing this book no matter what happens. That's all. That's the update. Also, there's one more update I wanted to give you guys. I have finally built my bookshelf and it is coming today, hopefully. And I cannot wait to show you guys how my bookshelf looks like. I'm very excited. Finally, epilogue. I feel so happy after seeing this page. I am done with this book. Oh my god, I am done with this book. Yes, Trishita, yes. Okay, so I finished reading this book, but I have one question. What was the purpose of writing this book? You get to know the plot of the book in maximum 100 pages, and the story does not progress. Oh my god, there was a concept of thrill in this book, and I wanted to know why that particular thing is happening in the story, and I did not get any answer till the end. What the hell? I wasted so much time on this book, and I am so mad. I am so freaking disappointed after finishing this book. While editing, I realized that I have not given ratings to my books. So I will shoot a wrap up video tomorrow, and today I will just go and sleep on my disappointment. I wanted this challenge to end on a sweet note, but
At least I have my bookshelf with me now. That's a good sign, eh?
see you guys tomorrow. Hi guys, I will keep this wrap up video short. This week I read 4 books, but I have only 3 with me right now because for my life I cannot find where I have kept the paperback of A Touch of Eternity. So I will attach a picture here when I will be talking about the book. The first book that I read was The Witch's Boy by Kelly Barnhill, and I loved this book. I have given it 4 stars. The second book that I read, and I am so glad that I read this book, is Simon versus the Homo sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli, and I adored this book. This book is going to be 4.5 stars for me. And the third book that I read in this challenge is The Ghost Tree. I am giving this book 2 stars just because of the plot. Apart from that, the writing style of the author was also very nice, but the way the author tried to drag the plot unnecessarily to make the book thick was something that I personally did not like. And finally, the book that did surprise me at the end was A Touch of Eternity by Durjoy Datta. I am giving this book straight 4 stars. I never expected this book to be a science fiction romance, which was really nice and really refreshing to read from the authors. So, yeah, that was my reading experience of reading 200 pages per day for an entire week. There were days where I almost gave up, there were days where it went very smoothly. So, it was a roller coaster ride, and I enjoyed every bit of it. And I got to read so much, so I am really happy I got to finish 4 books from my TBR. And I hope that you liked watching this video. Comment down below what you are currently reading, and please like, share and subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. See you in the next video. Bye bye.